Baseball is back once again with MLB 23 with changes, improvements, and one standout game mode that's never been in the series before.
Hey baseball fans, this is Chris Singleton and welcome to the show.
We're back with MLB 23 and some may be excited, others may not, because when you get into sports games, they just keep pumping out year after year after year. Minor adjustments, major adjustments sometimes, and slight changes are all part of the game. But what really stands out is a new game mode that we'll get to in a minute. But from everything else, one game mode that really could use an overhaul is Road to the Show. This is one I keep asking for every year as we review this game over and over again for an actual storyline. Produce something that is different. This game mode needs a complete overhaul. We get once again into the game and you're just going through the motions of starting at ground zero and trying to make your way up into the major leagues. I've been doing this for years. Yeah, granted, this year I can scan my face into the game, but it's not enough. For me, that game mode in particular just needs a complete overhaul. Now where I spent most of my time, honestly, was Diamond Dynasty and the Negro League.
On the mound, the legendary Leroy Satchel Paige. Arguably the greatest pitcher this sport has ever seen. We know for certain the oldest rookie in the history of Major League Baseball.
Easily the star of the show this year goes to Bob Kendrick, probably someone you've never even heard of. He's the president of the Negro League Museum, a new game mode this year that introduces us to the history of the Negro League and 8 individual stars.
Older than he claimed to be. Satchel was likely born into the early to mid 1890s in Mobile, Alabama.
Bob's passion and enthusiasm was an absolute standout. This is kind of where everything gets told. You relive these stories through Bob's passion of history, learning these moments like Satchel Paige as he's challenged, pulls his entire team in, outfield, infield to sit behind him so he could strike out the next 3 batters. You get to relive these moments. This is a highlight. This is one of the best game modes we've ever had in this entire franchise. And this is why this year's game is such a standout. The other game modes are there, but it really comes down to the Negro League and understanding the past history of where each of these individuals came from. This was fantastic and a much needed improvement to the overall game.
The audacity Satchel had in this game, just daring the batters to put one in play. It's the showmanship that made him famous.
After playing through each of the stories, you get rewarded with the player's card. That's right, you get to add them to your Diamond Dynasty. That's fantastic. And the highlight too is they actually added co-op this year for online play, allowing you to team up with friends in a whole new way. Everything's there this year. MLB The Show once again returns with fantastic game modes, great audio, great players, and so much more. It's just a standout season. For me, MLB 23 gets a 9. There's so much to do, so much to enjoy, and that extra game mode with the Negro League is an absolute standout. Fantastic job this year.